Hey guys, Teresa here with iBrand Your Business, and today I am going to show you how to design a cover photo and thumbnail for your Facebook using free tools available to everyone who has internet access. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me explain what we're going to be doing. We're going to be assembling and preparing all these little images first. Then we're going to go do our background, put in our little gray bar and put in some text, click like if you love shoes. We're going to go ahead and put in our logo, Dreamy Shoes, and then I'll show you quickly how to do your thumbnail. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be using picmonkey.com. Let me go to picmonkey.com and show you what the home screen looks like. And so the first thing that I wanted to show you is that they already have blank canvases ready for you for Facebook that you can start designing immediately if you would like. So you can click on here and you will see that it'll load up a blank canvas for you. They also have another really cool feature that I wanted to show you quickly. Is that if you click on create a collage, they have a collage pre-made Facebook timeline cover photo, and you can just click on one of these that better fit your needs. And here it is already. 3 pictures will fit in there perfectly, and you can click and drag wherever you want. So let me click on this icon up here, and then you can click on open photos if you have photos on your computer, or you can also grab them from Facebook or what have you. So I'm just going to use these samples because I just want to show you very quickly on how cool this is. So you just click and drag, and there's a lot of stuff you can do. You can click the edit button and do a lot more things. You can go to your little icon right here where it says background, so you can get rid of the white spacing around here so it fills up your whole entire collage here. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do. I just wanted to show you the option. But let's go ahead and get started with our design. So I'm going to go back to the picmonkey.com homepage. Let me leave here. I don't want to save that. And I am going to start preparing my photos with that white background that you saw. Okay, so I'm just going to click to open. I'm going to grab my first photo and I'm going to open that up. And I'm just going to give it a white border. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on frames icon. And here's all your frames. If you see this little icon right here with it's a royal feature. They call it royal features because you need to pay to get that feature. But everything we're going to do in this tutorial is for free. Okay. So I just want a simple edge, and I want my outer color to be white. I want the thickness to be about 10. And then I also don't want an inner color, so I'm just going to slide the bar to 0. I want the inside corner radius to have a little bit of a radius, so I'm just going to go to 3 here. And then I do want an outside radius here with a bit of a transparency. So I'm going to click on rounded corners. I'm going to apply my simple edge. I forgot to do that. Okay, so I hit apply. Now I want the corner radius to be transparent, so any background color you can see right through it. You'll know that there's transparency here because you see the gray and white little blocks behind it. So I just want my corner radius to be just 5. And don't forget to click on the transparency corners and click apply. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and save this to my computer. And then I'm going to go ahead and prepare my other photos. So I don't want to bore you with adding a bunch of borders to a bunch of photos. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop the video for a second, and then we're going to move on as soon as I have all my white borders so we can do the background. Okay. Okay. So here we are. I'm going to introduce you to a new online tool. It's Pixlr.com, Pixlr.com. And we're going to create a gradient. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because at the time of this video, PicMonkey's gradient isn't free or wasn't free. And so that's why I'm doing it this way. So if it's free now, great. But at this time, it's not. So I'm going to click on create a new image here. And I don't know if you saw me. Let me go back. I'm sorry. Pixlr Editor is what I clicked. And then click on create a new image. And we're going to go ahead and set the width and the height exactly to a timeline cover photo, which is 851. and the height is 315, and that's in pixels. Click OK. And so here we are with our blank canvas, and I'm going to go ahead and click the gradient tool over here. Once I click the gradient tool, I'm going to click this inside the gradient so I can get my colors. And the first thing I want to do is I want to do my top color. So I'm going to go ahead and click here where it says color, and you can select something from the color wheel, right, by clicking and dragging wherever you want it. Or you can just, if you know the hex number code, then you can do that. I happen to know mine, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that in, which is 343434. I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to click on this side, the right side color, and then I'm going to go ahead and click here. And that bottom color is, I think it's 5F, 5F, 5F. If not, that's close enough. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and click on this gradient right here just to get rid of that box. And then I'm going to click and drag from the very top here all the way to the bottom to get my gradient. Okay, so there it is. That's all I need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and click on File, and I'm going to save. And I want my quality to be absolutely excellent, so I'm going to slide my bar all the way to 100. JPEG is fine. You can change it to PNG or whatever. PNG is fine, or JPEG. PNG is probably the best one. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and then I'm going to save a gradient on my computer, okay? So once I save that color, I'm going to go ahead and click on Save. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to PicMonkey. And I'm going to open up that photo of that gradient since it's the identical size that I need, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and click that open. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be calling over, it's called overlays is what PicMonkey calls it. For those who are Photoshop users, they call it layers. But in PicMonkey, they call it overlays. It's this little butterfly over here. Don't click your open images from here, because if you do that, it's just going to delete this here, and we don't want that, right? We're going to design on top of this gradient image here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on overlays, and I'm going to go ahead and click on, you'll see that there's a bunch of overlays here that you can use, and we are going to be using the symbols so we can create this part here. Let me take you back. This gray part down here, put in some text and put in this arrow. So let's go ahead and first put in our images that we have created with the white border. So let me go ahead and just start doing that. And let me show you something very quickly. If your images are usually going to import way smaller than what you have, you can either click and drag the corners here to make them larger, or you can right click and click on original size. So that way you can see them a little bit better, because it does import them really small. And I know that you can go in here into this wrench and you can actually tell PicMonkey that you want it to be resized at a certain megapixel. So that's what this is for, and you can click save, but that doesn't always work. I don't know, it hasn't always worked for me. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and click on cancel. I'm gonna continue to add all my photos in here. And once all my photos are in here, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna just start designing away. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back here, and I've already imported all of my pictures that I have put my white border on. And now I'm going to start twirling them, rotating them around, and also showing you how to send a picture to the front or to the back, because if you can see here on the Facebook example that we have, this picture's behind this picture and the other pictures with the pink shoelaces here. So we're gonna learn how to kind of stagger these around, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go back to PicMonkey, and then right here, you're gonna notice, let me move this so you can see. You're gonna notice that you have this circle on top and that you can twirl around. So I'm gonna go ahead and twirl this one over. I don't know how small or large it is, so I'm just gonna be kind of messing around a little bit here and playing around with this. I can tell that this picture's in the back, and I believe that it's supposed to be that way. Let me go check. Yeah, it is, so that's fine. But sooner or later I'm going to show you how to send it to the front. Actually, let's just do that now so you can see. Let's just act like this was completely to the front, okay? The way you select your pictures, you can select your photos and you can right click on them and bring them to the back, bring them to the front, or bring them forward. So all it does is it moves it up kind of like the layer chain, okay, or the overlay chain. So for this picture, I'm going to go ahead and click it, send it to the back because I see that it's supposed to be that way. I'm going to go ahead and twirl it a little bit more, rotate it. And then let's see how this picture looks. And this one goes this way. Let's see here. And it's all the way to the front. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate this one over. This one's already to the front. Great. And this one here is twirled this way. And you can mess around with it. You know, I'm just kind of getting it as close as possible as what the original is. And you just click on the corners to drag it down if you need to resize it. Our little dance shoe slippers here. Let's see that. Oops. Okay. So here's one where the pink heels are in front of the dancing little girl's shoes here, the ballerina, and then it's in the front of the boots. So let's go make sure that that happens. Okay, so it's not in front of the boots. So we're going to change that. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, the way you do that is you grab the boots most likely, and then you're going to go ahead and send that to the back instead. Okay, that way you now have this overlay in front of the boots, but under the pink heels. So that's how you do that. Go ahead and play around with it. I'm just going to kind of tweak this a little bit and make sure that, you know, it looks pretty good. And then we're going to go ahead and make our little block here. Okay. So let's go ahead and start doing that. The way you do that is that you're going to use another little icon here, and that is actually the same one that we were on. It was the butterfly, it's the overlay, and we're going to use the geometric one, and we're actually going to use this block right here. And once you click it, it just adds it. So I'm going to drag this down. I'm going to start to just kind of get that over, and I am going to recolor this, and this is that light gray bar that you saw over here. Let me check this out here. So this light gray bar, that's what we're doing now. So I'm going to go ahead, again, you can use this little color wheel and just kind of go wherever you want to go, but I just happen to know that the color to this light gray is EC, and there we go. And then I am going to add the text to it. Now you can go ahead and select whatever font you want. I actually forgot the name of that one font that I use, but so I'm just gonna grab whatever I can find here. Let's get tall, dark, and handsome. Okay, so once you click here, click on add text. Here's your text. One thing I'm going to say is that whatever you do here, I wouldn't do it on top of here because sometimes it's hard to re-grab this if you need to move it around. So I'm going to just go ahead and click inside of here and start typing whatever this said. I don't remember. Click like if you love shoes. Okay. So let's go ahead and say click like if, oops, you love shoes. It's obviously not the same font. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to click away, and I am going to actually, if you hover over here, you're going to see the box or the frame around the text change. This is so you could drag it bigger if you need to make your font bigger, okay? But if you don't need to make your font bigger, or if it's like wrapping around, that's when you would use this. But if you need to make the font larger, then you would drag it through the corner, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and drag that. and put it right here. And I know it's not the same font. I apologize. I should have jotted that down before this. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and place that here. The color is black, and I believe that my dark gray is actually this one here. 262626. And yep, that's the gray that I wanted. Whoops. See, once you do this, it's really hard to grab this. Okay, and then the next thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and do one more overlay, and that is going to be a symbol, or I'm sorry, not a symbol. It is going to be an arrow. So let's go ahead and grab that arrow. And then once you click it, it shows up here. And that turquoise color for me was, what was that number? It was 119 AC5, I believe. Yep, that's it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rotate this down like so. And just kind of put it here. Okay, and I'm going to make it smaller. Okay. So there we go. We have now pretty close to our design. I have a logo that I used. I'm going to use it as again as an overlay. So I'm going to scroll up here, click on my own, and I'm going to go ahead and put that logo in here. And it transposes it too small, so I'm going to right click and click on original size, and then I'm just going to put that here. Great. It's looking pretty good, except for that font, sorry. But it's looking pretty good. It's pretty complete. So I'm going to go ahead and save this to my computer. And what I want to do is after I save it, before I get out of PicMonkey, I'm going to upload it to my Facebook page so I can make sure that it looks good and that that arrow is going right to that like button the way I intend it to be. Okay. And when you're in Facebook, just a quick tip. If you don't see this change cover, it's because you are liking as your page, or I'm sorry, you're liking as you, not your page. So you would need to change to your page here if this button's not showing up. Okay. So go ahead and do that. Make sure that your arrow is where you want it to be, and I will be right back so we can start doing our thumbnail. Okay. All right, so we're back and we're going to do our thumbnail. And what I'm going to do is, the thumbnail is so simple to do because it's a perfect square. And PicMonkey already has your pre-made thumbnail for you. But I'm also going to show you if you have a background for it and you wanted to put a gradient, like per se, like what we were doing with our cover photo. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you very quickly that if you hover over design, you can just click on the square. My goodness. Okay. You just can click on the square and start overlaying on that if you want. But what I'm going to do is show you if you had a background. So let's just pretend that you have a background with a gradient color, because my photo does not have that. So I just wanted to show you that very quickly. So let's go back to that Pixlr.com. And then we're going to go ahead and click on Pixlr Editor, and I'm going to give you the exact size, create a new image, and the image size would be 180 by 180. And that's going to give you, click OK, that's going to give you that perfect square. And again, you know, you can go to your gradient or whatever you're going to do in here. There's so many little tools in here that you can do. And you could just go ahead and like click and drag to do your gradient or whatever you're gonna do as your background. Check out Pixlr.com because there's a lot of stuff that you can do. But once you've done that, then you can go back to PicMonkey and start overlaying on that square. So let's just pretend I have an actual photo. So let me go back to, I'm just gonna open up a new window because I don't want to delete this, because remember, you want to make sure that everything's fine before you close out of PicMonkey if you don't have an account, okay? So let me go ahead and go back to PicMonkey. I'm going to open up a new window. And I am just going to click on Edit Photo. And the reason is because I already have a picture and it's already set up, and it's called ThumbPic. And I'm just going to go ahead and open that up. So all I want to do right now is just click on this butterfly, and so I can put an overlay. Now for the rest of you, you can overlay again like another geometric rectangular thing. So if you wanted to add like the name or what have you right here, you can do that. But I am going to actually add just my logo. So I am going to, well, it's not my logo, but you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on my own and click on the logo, and then it's gonna be right here, very tiny. It's fine. I'm gonna right click on it, and then I'm gonna click on original size and downsize it so that it fits perfectly there. And then I'm going to save this, and I'm going to upload it to Facebook. And once I upload all my design to Facebook and I'm happy with it, then I'll go ahead and close out of PicMonkey, especially if you don't have an account with them where you can't save your stuff. So go ahead and mess around with that. I really hope that this tutorial has made your creative juices flowing, and comment below, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.